Boom. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the pod, guys. Welcome back. Shout out. We uploading this a little bit late than we normally do. We normally upload on Fridays, but then the last 2 weeks we've been uploading Saturdays. But this one is on. We upload on a Saturday because of technical difficulties. We already recorded this, but one of my audio, my audio was not recorded, so we redoing the episode. So how you doing, my brother?
I'm vibing. Life was good. Good thing nothing really happened too crazy in the world. I mean, Jonathan Majors is still getting smacked with stuff, you know. But battle rap is battle rap. NBA is getting interesting though. It's getting interesting. We got two leads, so but ain't much change.
Yeah, your prediction it looks in jeopardy right now.
Kinda. I still don't believe it though. If they go up 3-0, then I might start believing it. Because they gotta win four straight games, and I don't think that the Lakers can win four straight games.
But
But
all right, then you know what? We're gonna start off. How we starting out? Known impact announcements.
yes, battle rap pod. Let's start with known.
So
I have a take on known, but yeah.
Okay, we're gonna start with known. So known impact is happening June 10th. The teams
That's early.
announced. So the first team was announced was Tay Rock and Bad News. I said Tay Rock and Bad News. Tay Rock and Geechee Gotti. We finally, I think the last part we said Geechee Gotti hinted that he was teaming up with someone from the East Coast. We thought it was one of his, EFB members, but it looks like he teamed up with Tay Rock. The next, we know why Tay Rock teamed up with, because Eazy is not part of the. If Eazy was still on URL, he would have teamed up with Eazy, but Eazy is no longer on URL.
Plus,
So
they already did that once, so I mean,
yeah, but
it makes
it's
sense.
not like they're doing every new different team because the other where was it? The other team that they announced was it? Hold on, let me. The other team, the next team was announced was Evan Fons.
Okay, they running that back.
Yes, so Evan Fons was announced. The next team was announced. This was a surprise, and I'm glad that we recording this late because there's three more teams that were announced since we recorded. Hollow the Don and Calico are a team. Didn't expect that to be a team
Don't.
out of the blue.
No, I don't think that's gonna do great. I don't.
Then the
I
next
don't. I
team,
don't think that's gonna
the
do
next team that was announced was DNA and Janjan. I see DNA. I kind of thought they were gonna be a team because DNA has been in the gym with Rain and he has been talking shit to Janjan, saying where you at, right? So I expected that to. I didn't know that they were a team, but I expected that to be, then, so I don't think so. This is my question, right? So the next team that was announced, and this was a surprise, right? Danny Myers and Miss Hustle. So we kind of said,
So what are they doing with these teams?
so Danny Myers is EFB, so I guess that's why. I don't think they chose they like, okay, you guys are gonna team up. I guess they came up with the teams. Maybe the people came up with the teams. So there's, I think, three more announcements if I'm not mistaken. You think it's gonna be like a 4 battle card?
Four battles. I mean, you just announced four different teams.
It's five.
Possibly.
Yeah. Do you think it's gonna be a 4 battle
Uh,
card or like a 5 battle card?
I think it still be the regular 5 to 6.
So so
They might just keep some things out.
I have been feeling one of the teams I'm thinking is gonna be there since Janjan is balanced. And it's in Atlanta. So uh I want to say another Pers team, Romney and Twerk.
Okay.
I feel like that's
Wasn't that
what.
supposed to happen?
I think they were supposed to announce. I think it's happening, but they haven't announced that they're a team. Geechee said that the Romney is teaming up with somebody new, with Twerk. Uh, so I don't know who else. I want to say Loso and Jake Boy, but Loso is already on another battle the next day, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on. So I don't think Loso is on Gnome this year. So this is gonna be his first Gnome that he missed since he made it to Gnome. Yes, he's battling on the. Yeah, he's battling the next day. So I don't think he's gonna, you know, unless he's gonna take back-to-back battles. But I don't think Loso is gonna do that. Plus, I think also or maybe this is one rounders because they did switch his opponent super quick because there was a different opponent, then they switched it the next day. So I'm not sure about Lawson, but uh, there's still hope that the Saga and Award will be Award's debut, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But because Award hasn't announced any cards, he has announced later in the month, but not that time period. You know, uh, the reason why I was confused because Danny's on the. So we thought we were gonna get into this, but we thought like Yore was gonna block everyone on the who was on Yore on the easy cut, right? That's what we thought, right? Am I wrong that we say Yore is
I
blocking?
mean, I
But
think
Danny
Danny
still.
Danny is a different case though. Danny
I
is.
want to say, uh, I want to say, I don't think it was Yore person, or maybe Yore kind of hinted something. Well, you know what? We're gonna get into it when we get it because
Nah, you're looking at the wrong people. I think
yeah,
Danny is
I'm
tenured, and he can't. You can't just do that to Danny or T Rex or a Mook. You can't do that. You can't lock them down. Unless you contractually have like some type of contract to hold that. But those battlers don't get held much. It's the true foes and it's the new people that get held. It's the Rosenberg Rawls. It's those people.
uh,
Like Rosenberg is tenured, but like Rosenberg is trying to get like a deal. Like those people will get held. I think you're just looking at the wrong people. And plus, Danny will battle 3 times in like a day. Like he's different. Like he battles every 3 seconds. Like I don't know.
yeah. So yeah. Gnome. That's the Gnome impact. You say you're the take on Gnome. Let's hear your take, bro.
I think it's gonna be trash. I think it's gonna be trash this year.
Why
I
you
think
think that's?
the late announcements and it coming, it usually comes in June, but like it feels weird. Like maybe it's just me and how the year feels, but they did like 3 events this whole year, and
Well,
one I think only one we could actually watch unless
I
we
think that I
paid
think
for it and was there.
yeah, I think that's what I well now. Yeah, well, I'm people. We are
It was a
not
little
signed.
different this year. I mean, not
Well,
like
number one, we are not signed to your rail. That's number one. We gonna take so we can say whatever I want, and so I'm gonna take this as a different. I think that going back, you know how. So they did. I think they did more than 3 events. They did outside, right? Two outside, 1 and 2,
hmm
right? There's 2 battle cards. They did another event. I'm not sure which other event. They did like 3 more events that like app events. And I think we said this earlier. I think they're going back to their roots where they're not really showing us like streaming everything. They're not giving us like 20,000 things, 20,000 events. And probably because, caffeine is cut down on the budget. Caffeine that people go, caffeine is cutting down. They're saying they're focusing on different ventures. So caffeine this year is kind of cutting down on the budget. That's why we're going back to the old. If y'all remember the old URL, they did like exclusive events. Then the big events were streamed on pay-per-view. So I think that's how they're doing it. And I don't, they'll do like they're gonna. I think that this year is okay. This year is weird. We can say it, right. So I feel like this year, 2023, is, I think Europe is kind of, with the exclusive events, they're building their, how can I say it? They're kind of building back their budget for their own, not using caffeine,
Yeah.
right? So I think maybe next year they're gonna have like double the events, but I'm sure this year we're gonna have. They're not gonna do like two smack events in 1 year, then the stream it on caffeine. They don't have the money, and caffeine now has other shows. And let's be honest, Yore was the first time company to work with caffeine in a bigger scale, right?
Right.
So now
I,
caffeine, caffeine has the Drew League coming up, right? They have I remember they were streaming the other thing. They have lots of stuff now lined up since Yore joined. So caffeine now doesn't really depend on Yore to do good. It's just this, Yore is their pioneer. They are gonna stay loyal to them because they were the reason why they got other deals. So this year we might get, like we got Kings versus Queens, right? Pay-per-view. We're gonna get the Gnome pay-per-view. We're gonna get Summer Madness pay-per-view. We're gonna get after Summer Madness. I think that we were used. Now they're gonna space it out. That in between those months, we're no longer getting other cards that we streamed. Like, remember when, like, 2020 with Kings versus Queens, then we were super fight, right?
We had everything. Everything was streamed for free on caffeine. I
Yeah.
think caffeine pulled back a little bit of that money, and or maybe even all that money, and
I
they
think
can't really just stream everything on caffeine. So that's why only big events
yeah,
are
that's
probably
why
going to
that's
be
why I
on
was saying. I'm like, only big events are gonna get streamed. Events that were already from before they joined caffeine, the events that were already being on pay-per-view, like the Summer Madness of the world, the Gnome, the Kings versus Queens. Even though Kings versus Queens came on caffeine, the Smack, the what is it? Smack Volume. Those events, they're gonna bring them on they're gonna be on pay-per-view. Then they're gonna do other smaller events, like how they went outside card. They're gonna have big names, but those events are gonna be app events. They're gonna record them, you see them live, or you see those. I think that's how they're gonna do it. And I feel like this is gonna be for like a year or two, where they're gonna do this. So, if you're a fan of 2023 and 2024, it's gonna look different from, if you became a fan of battle rap in 2020, you came at the perfect time because everything was free. They streamed almost 1,000 events a year. Now they're bringing you back to what we had to go through. As vinique, we had to go through like some app events, like we had to go on Twitter and figure out who won. They're bringing those type of events back. So that's what's going on. So plus, I don't think it's a late announcement. I don't know. This year, the suspense to see who's better and who makes it better. I feel like I don't like how they're announcing just team by team, but the suspense is making is making people buy tickets, trying to figure out which team is better than which team, right? And I think that's what they wanted to do with it, because I don't know, but no, that good is known, and Impact is taking. We can say it's known, but it's really not known. It's not Impact. So it's gonna be entertaining regardless because it's the 2-on-2, and 2-on-2s are entertaining. We got There's gonna be teams that do good, teams that do bad, teams don't have chemistry. Like this year, we got a lot of teams that we don't know are gonna do good, like the of the world and Calico, the DNA and Johnson. They've never
Straight up
been
said
in it.
that team gonna be trash. Hey, I love Hollow, but I think that is not gonna work. It ain't
Yeah.
work last time he teamed up with somebody. You know?
Well, you teamed up with Lola Dax. It did work. The
No,
beat.
I'm not talking about Hollow. I'm talking about Calico.
Oh well, yeah, he did fight,
Not just fight, but
and they still got beat too. Crazy enough, they got
it
beat.
was a terrible battle. Got beat both times. And lost the fight. Hey, yo. Nah, some people say they won. They won the fight. My bad. My bad.
Who won the fight?
I don't know. I feel like niggas was just holding doors, but I mean, that's just me.
I feel like
Just
people
me.
were throwing water in the
From what I
crowd,
can
man.
see, it was a lot of door opening.
What I can see was a lot of water, door holding, and water getting thrown into the crowd. That's all I saw. I
And
didn't
niggas
see it.
falling. It looked like you know how they do the Gatorade splash on the coach? That's what it looked like. It didn't look like no damn fight. It looked like some nigga was mad, he swung, missed, and then the Gatorade came out, and it was like, oh shit, they won. Like, that was it. That shit was terrible. That shit was terrible. They gotta throw all that away, bro. And stop fake fighting and all this. Yo, I seen a post the other day with Tay Rock fake fighting for like the 90th time. Hey, yo, leave it alone.
I don't
Please.
know. I don't know what.
It's
Terra,
weird. It's weird.
since
You're there
2022,
to battle rap and y'all get paid thousands of dollars.
like
Stop it.
since
It's weird.
2022, since 2022, I think I feel like since the kids slay battle, Terra is trying to fight a lot of people now.
Yes,
He's like,
he's trying to fight the crowd. He's trying to fight every goddamn body. And then, no, not only him, but you got Royal Rumble head ass nigga. What was his name? I forgot his name.
Stumbles.
Mr. Royal Rumble fighting over belts and shit. Like, bro, it's too much. It's too much. Y'all too old. Y'all get paid too much. It's not worth it. It's like John Morant and the goddamn pistol again. Like, bro, you're a millionaire. Pistol
Why
is
did you have to bring it?
$600. Like, stop it. Stop it. And it's small. I will walk through those bullets. Just it's pointless. It's so pointless.
Oh, we gotta talk about that. Hold on. Now, next we gotta go to another. So we covered known people. Now we gotta start. Let's cover another event that's happening, and I'm going. I'm trying to get the media pass. Yo, Eazy. If you said reach out to you, I reached out to you and your brother, and you haven't responded to me about this media pass. I'll pay $100 for the media pass, but I just want the media pass. That's it. Right? But okay. Now we got the trenches card. There's updates. We kind of talked about some. The original card was blocked. People went no longer on the card. It went to whole proportion and the whole thing. Eazy went on the Instagram, on the live, YouTube live, had his whole rant talking about what happened with him and Yorel. He said that Yorel tried to block they tried to make him back out of the He-Man battle. And he said one thing he was not gonna hold is not Smack. He's like, it was not Smack, it was Beasley and P. Mainly P. Right? Okay. He said P tried to, every time they talk, he called, he's like, yo, you gotta, move, like the John battle, the He-Man battle. And he's like, my question was like, why do y'all want me to not battle? Why do y'all want me to back up? Why? Like, he's not gonna look great on the brand, for the brand, this and that and that. I have no idea. He said, so I'm like, it's like, my other question was like, is she up? They're like, no. So why does that matter if I'm belling over there? if you say you're all family or something, right?
Exactly, because
So
Remy is family. That's not even like he went to RBE. He went to Remy Ma.
yeah,
Like it's
so
not.
I'm confused as hell. But
Yeah,
he, but the whole from the whole life, he looked like he was directing to P and Bisley. He didn't mention he smack. The only time he mentioned Smack's name was when like the people who backed out and say, "Yo, y'all some crazy." He's like, "Yeah, so y'all not that tough." Yeah, whenever y'all backed out from the P code, y'all gotta wait until Bisley call y'all to like take the threat a little bit serious. If his peers calling you, just ignore that man. Just like hang up on him. Be like, huh? Hang up. That's what he was saying. But he did. He had some choice words. I didn't watch the whole live. I saw some. The clips are going on Instagram. If you've watched it on Instagram, TikTok, in Twitter, he had the choice words. He had some choice words for people who backed out, mainly the people who backed out, like not the Swamp of the world. It looks like Swamp and him. I don't know if it was Swamp. Swamp kind of backed that. He said Swamp was not like a for like a back out for for URL. He's like Swamp. He had the whole other thing going on. That's like he's like, and Swamp posted the poster. Swamp is doing like he's hosting an event for the Young Dolph label. So he's hosting an event for paper something Empire. So he's really that same week. So he is not preparation, short notice. Short time. I think Swamp just said, I can't do it. I have too many things going on. Uh, Prep apologized to went and apologized to you know to Eazy, saying that why he could not do the event. Uh, I don't know about Holmesy, if Holmesy backed out or if it was Prep who backed out and Holmesy said I'm not doing like another opponent. Uh, True Four is just now True Four just made it worse. You should have just kept quiet. You backed out. We saw your thing. Now you trying to come at Eazy. Eazy's coming. Eazy right now is undefeated when you go against him. Eazy's like literally talking crazy to 2-4. 2-4 is replying back. I didn't watch the whole Twitter threads. I didn't even read none of them. I just saw like I had like what was going on. So the trenches card. Here is the trenches card. The main event still the same. Reed Dollars and versus Eazy is gonna be the main card. And hold on, let me go to Eazy's page. So Reed Dollars gonna be the main. Rosenberg Roy versus Danny Myers. Inez versus Dot. Real Deal versus Dot the Phantom, and Kate Walker versus Riggs. Okay. So I like the card now. I'm still going. I might pay $150 to be on stage if I don't get the stage pass. Right now, the hosts. So this is the other part. I was trying to figure out who's gonna be the host. Philly Fest 48. Jody Mack is gonna be the host for this event. It's gonna be the host for the battles. So it looks like it's a Philly type of thing. So
really getting money together.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. I like it.
So yeah. And then after that, there's a cipher after the event. So if y'all want to sign up for the cipher, he needs like 10 people. Go on his page. I don't know if he's still taking people for the cipher right now, if y'all listening to us. But if y'all want to watch this, I don't know if you can watch the cipher. I don't know. But there's a cipher after the event, after the battles. I think that's mostly it. yeah. Now we have. Now we also got another, for so the battles came out. Some battles came out. Bad News versus Get You God is now on YouTube. So if y'all want to go watch it, y'all can go over there. Go watch the Bad News versus Geechee. BK versus Metamookie's on YouTube. I can honestly say I have not clicked on that battle.
We'll probably never click on that button.
Other battles that are out, the app, your real app released the day one for the outside card 2. So Ramniti versus Souffle Soul, Bill Collector versus Sheed, and other cards. Snake Eyes versus Coffee, other battles. So that's out. We also got. Now let's talk about Bags and Bodies season 1 and 2. So season 1 is I think we said it that it was getting revamped. If you can watch the first few episodes, 4 episodes on YouTube, right? I'm about to make sure if they release the other new ones. Hold on. Right. So the first 4 episodes are on YouTube right now. Go watch it. I'll tell you one thing. I like the new episodes. And so yeah. Then so the first they're on YouTube, the first episodes, and I like that they have a timeline now, so there's no longer all over the place, right? Where you just don't know what's going on. So Human said episode 5 and onwards. I don't know how many episodes are there. They're all gonna be on the Coastal Rain. It's $5.99. If you want to, it's now on your phone. You now can get the app on your phone, and you can, you can get the app on your phone like this. Hold on. I'm gonna apply Coastal Rain. You can get the app on your phone. You can get the app on your phone like this. This is Coastal Rain. Shout out to Coastal Rain. This is not a sponsor or anything. It's just shout out to them. They've been they've been good to me, to us when we asked for permission to use the clips. Even though we don't use clips no more, right? But they've been good to us. Another thing, they did their season 2 auditions. I said it. I think they should now. Okay, how can I say? They should now choose. I feel like they should have a different way to get people into the house. They should not say if you win your battle you're in. Because from the season 2 auditions, I feel like they should have found ways to get like Funeral Fame was one of the top 2 performers, standout people on there, and I feel like he should deserve to be in the house, right? There are some people who made it in the house who should not. No shade to whatever his name, Monsoon. No shame to Green Ranger. I feel like Green Ranger, you have auditioned twice, and I feel like you made it this time, but I feel like you should not made it. I feel like your spot should go to Funeral Fame. This is not shade to you. It's not nothing. But the performance that you showed, both of you showed, wasn't at Funeral Flame. Because Funeral Flame left Earth. When I say he left Earth, he was up there. He was him. Even though Piranha was left Earth too. Both of them left Earth. Like, Piranha was like, I'm up here. Piranha went first. Piranha was like, yeah, going. I'm just going to go to space. Fina Fame was like, wait a minute, I'm coming with you. Right? Piranha was like, I'm going to go higher. Fina Fame was like, okay, I'm going to go higher with you a little bit, but I'm going to. So this how can I speak? So Piranha was like, I'm going up here, right? Piranha's like, I'm up here. Fina Fame was like, oh, I'm coming with you, I'm going up here. It was like this close. Piranha went a little bit above. Fina Fame came underneath in the second round. In the third round, it was kind of evil, but leveled, but they were still out of the left earth. They were not in here. Like, they were crazy. It was to the point even True Fall was like, True Fall was with Piranha. You know how the entourage, they're always trying to make sure that their men win no matter what.
Yeah.
It was to the point. It was to the point. True Fall is like, yeah, he's saying some shit. He's like, he is talking. It was to the point that True Fall is like, yeah, he's saying some shit. Yeah. It was he could not deny it no more. So that's one. So I feel like him, man, for season 3, because we already know you pick people in season 2. For season 3, you gotta find a way to get the right people in the house.
No,
Now
I think it's weird because you wouldn't know who's right for the house until
they get in the
they
house.
actually get in the house.
No, okay. I'm not saying who's right for the house. Not the right people in the house, but I want to say the right people who can make who perform great. Right? I don't know who's gonna be right in the house. Maybe Green Ranger can be right. Maybe Monsoon can be right for the house. But if we gonna judge from the level of what they do in the house, few days prep, right? It's like 4-day prep for every battle, hour to prepare for challenges. There's some people who I feel like should be in the house. Other thing, I was thinking of something else out in my head, right? They were like, there are people coming back to the house on Bags and Bodies. KD, J2. I don't know other people, but there are like 5 people coming in. That if you have watched season 1 on YouTube, some of the episodes, you know that it's supposed to be 16, but it's gonna end up to be 19 to 20 people in the house. I'm just letting y'all know. Don't. This is Hitman show. He owns. He doesn't have a. He should just say 20 battle rappers in the house. Perfect number, because every time he does this, he adds 2 more people in there. Then 2 more people add 2. It's gonna make the numbers look weird. Then he's gonna add another person in there. Then it's gonna look weird. I'm just letting y'all know. Right? So there are 5 people who he picked automatic to be in the house. I think Blue Cocaine. There's somebody else that he picked from his previous event that he did for Bags and Bodies, the league or whatever. Bags and Bodies entertain the group, right? Then there's 5 returning people from season 1. My opinion, who won season 1, I want to say is Kelly Smooth, Bad News, maybe Kelly Smooth. I'm more confident. No, I was saying Kelly Smooth, KD. I wanted to say those 2, but KD is coming back. So there's not really nobody I'm thinking right now who won season 1 and not. So it's Kelly Smooth, because Kelly Smooth hasn't battled since he came out the house. He battled like once, so he's the one moving like he wants some money. Everyone else came out the house and they've been battling, Unless we get.
It could be him. Just like DNA just got low and all of a sudden stopped battling that they won the BET show.
Yeah. Or maybe you're gonna be one of the people who return to the house who just want to make more money. I don't know. But I'm confident Charisma probably won the first one. Season 1 of Bags and Bodies. And I feel like if it's sad that it's a shame that Prestavia is not battling at this moment. I feel like if she came back, she would have done some damage to these females. Whoever is in the house in this female group, he should have done some damage. Uh, Now let's talk the NBA, man. How we starting this? You know what? I'll start it. Oh wait. I got it. Wait. I started. I got something for this one. Someone that my nephew and all my cousins look up to. You sell out every game at every stadium you come to. Hold on, we're gonna start it. To my nigga out in Memphis moving senseless, I love you. You someone that my nephew and all my cousins look up to. You sell out every game at every stadium you come to, and you made it out of environments that most of us get stuck to. A lot of college coaches wish they never would have snubbed you, cause you bought on all them niggas that recruiters ranked above you. Drafted number 2, all them niggas ended up under you, and now you at the top, so it's certain shit that can't come with you. But I get it, this life we living is different. We flex in front of the cameras to show the ghetto we did it. Some of us like the flexes to show the rest they can get it, but you glorify a life that you really ain't out here living. I mean, my nigga, you up 200 million and you about to risk it all to show niggas you bought a pistol. It's one thing if you do it once, we'll dismiss it, but you done done it twice in 2 months, nigga, you tripping. I blame the culture, we put you in this position. The music we make influences you young niggas' decisions. Some even rappers say they ain't role models, they bitching and running from responsibilities that we was given. Feel like it's all on your shoulders. Only 23, but the world wants you to be older. A bunch of bad bitches and liquor at your disposal. When the people you do business with think they supposed to control you. All right, that's how we gonna start this. Morant is back again. Week, bro. We back again, bro. We back again. I don't know what's going on
in a couple months.
I don't know what's going on with you. I don't know. You listen too much NBA, boy. Now, I did say this. I had a conversation, right? I think I feel like me and you listen to, like, we grew up in a different era, right? That's what I want to say. Because I feel like, and this, people thought I was laughing in my job when I said, if you're born after 2001, after 2000 at all, you are actually Gen Z. But people from like 2000, the early Gen Z, from the early, whenever they decided to say Gen Z, that's when Gen Z started, to 2000, we should not be called Gen Z. We should have our own generation. Because, tell me why, right? This is, I said it also on my YouTube. If y'all go my YouTube right now, I just reacted to On My Life by Lil Durk and J. Cole. And I said that in my YouTube was like, I had a conversation like the whole week or like the last 2 weeks with some of one of my new coworkers, right? She's like 20. She's about 10, 20. So she's 3 years younger than me. Right? And she said NBA Youngboy is her favorite rapper, right? So I asked. I'm like, so who's the best rapper? Period. All time. Who's the best rapper? She said Drake. Right? I'm like, okay. She grew up on Drake. So I started naming other rappers who we call best rappers. And I brought J. Cole name out. She's like, I don't think J. I said, I never will listen to J. Cole. I'm like, but you listen to NBA Youngboy.
Oh, they came out at the same time. Drake and J. Cole are literally at the same time. And Kendrick. That's why they get lumped together.
Bro, the funny part, she listened to Drake. She literally said she heard of Kendrick and J. Cole, but she heard of Kendrick, but she never listened to Kendrick. But that's my point where I was going to. I'm like, okay, Lil Wayne. She's like, yeah, I really don't like. He's like, so I asked her who her favorite rappers was, and she gave me the list. I was like, okay, cool. She said, she named the people from this generation. Like, literally, she said Drake is number 1, right? I was like, okay, cool. She said Eminem is up there, but not up there. That's where I lost it. I'm like, wait. you telling me? I was like, I understand that you say Drake is number one, but if you're gonna say Eminem is, then she said NBA YoungBoy, Lil Durk, Lil Baby, and then she's like Eminem. I'm like, huh? I'm like, what do you listen to? She's like, she's like, I listen to all type of music. I'm like, yeah, but I'm asking rap wise because you don't know what rapping is. I'm like, she thought I was laughing. Even my other coworker was like, yo, I was like, y'all think I'm crazy? When I said this on my Instagram, I think it was like a few months ago. When I put a story up with one of our Nick, the Nick from our school, the one who wanted to be a Marine, the one who is in the army, said like if
Huge,
you're
huge Eminem fan, by the way.
yeah, he's a huge Eminem.
He's a stan.
He's a stan. But he said if you're born in after like before 2001, you are considered Gen F, like the early Gen Z, Gen F, something like that. I now agree with him because I was like, yo, I didn't care much about what generation Gen Z, how people say, oh, you're a Gen Z, but now I do because now when they say Gen Z are dumb, I understand because sometimes these people don't know what rapping is. Because she came to me after she listened, before I listened to All My Life. I listened to All My Life the first time this week, right? She listened to it when it first dropped on that Friday. She came to me that Friday. She's like, I think that Friday or that Monday. Or that Monday, yeah, that Monday. She's like, oh, I listened to All My Life. At first I didn't like the song. But I now like it. So I'm like, okay, cool. I was like, what do you? I didn't. I was like, I don't want to spoil this. I'm gonna listen to it on my when I do my reaction on YouTube. So I listened to, like the day that we recorded and didn't record my audio. I did my reaction to it, right? In my head, I'm listening to J. Cole's verse. I'm like, what did she not like in that verse? I was like, what? So I asked her, like, when she came back to work, she works like 3 days or 4 days a week. So I asked her, then, I think the next day she was not at work, the following day. I was like, yo, what did you not like in this? When you first listened to, what did you not like? She said, the J. Cole verse. I'm like, what part of J. Cole verse did you not like? Because I want to know, I want to understand your vision. She's like, I didn't like it at first because, it looked like a positive. I was like, yes, it's a positive song. But I was like, okay, did you understand what J. Cole was saying in the verse? She's like, no. I'm like, did you not hear? I was like, so I broke down the lyric. I was like, there's one lyric where he said, J. Cole said, I'm in the brink of thinking of maybe retiring or maybe I haven't hit my prime yet. He's like, then he had the part where he said, like I'm running a marathon. It's like I already left them, but the thing they in front of me, but it's like the thing that ahead of me, but I'm already in front of them. I'm like, if you actually, since y'all all talking about this, the NBA dissing J. Cole, I'm like, y'all know one thing, I was like, J. Cole has already addressed this situation because like, oh NBA, she was like, oh NBA YoungBoy can beat J. Cole. I'm like, you are a lost soul.
Not in rapping, not at all.
I'm
And
like,
J.
you are.
Cole will write a song that will
I'm like,
literally
I was
tell
like,
your story. Because
I'm
what
like,
happened to Lil Pump?
bro. She even asked me. She said, what happened to Lil Pump? I'm like, J. Cole happened to Lil Pump. I'm like, y'all think NBA YoungBoy is good? I'm like, literally. I'm like, J. Cole said this. I was like, if you go listen to Middle Child literally says, J. Cole said, I'll never beef with somebody for just to sell a couple of my shoes or a couple of some views. I'm not beefing nobody. I'm like, bro, J. Cole has too much time. He has too much time to be beefing with YoungBoy. I'm like, so in my head, I'm like, she's a lost soul. She's like, oh, YoungBoy will beat J. Cole. I'm like, in what? In what? In being a street dude? Maybe. But in rapping, no. There's no way. I'm like, there's no way she can, bro. I'm like, when I reacted to that song, I'm like, yo, everything that he said was crazy. People, this is way to where I'm saying is like, I don't get. I'm like, yo, what Simba just said in that freestyle, right? We just, when we the freestyle I just played for on this podcast. He said when rappers think they're Roma, they don't think they're Roma, they're bitching. They don't want responsibility. Did you ever notice that Jamoran, almost every song that he listened to is NBA Youngboy? And yeah, I just want to say we're gonna come up here. We know we. Sometimes I do listen to gangster people who talk about they talk about Drew stuff. I do. It's not like I don't listen to it, but let's be honest. Some of us didn't grow up in that type of rap. Let's be honest.
We kind of did. It's just our rap was slightly more realer, slightly because they're still killing each other. Right? They're actually killing each other at a higher rate, low key. But it's because they don't know how to fight. They don't. It's a lot. But like our rappers is 50 Cent and Nelly and DMX. And if you listen to any one genre, you listen to one song, and you can tell the difference immediately. like like the only one in that list that I think is like just the industry person is Ja Rule. But like, because I don't think Ja Rule is really on the streets. But
No, Jaru,
50 Cent was shot 9 times. Fucking LL Cool J beats up people, and he does taekwondo and does Law and Order and beats up niggas when they come to him in
and
karate.
does and
Will
freaking
Smith
does.
smacks niggas. Like our stars and idols and rappers was completely different. It's a completely different world. The Eminem was on drugs at the time. Like it's just a completely different world. If
Eminem
you've
was
lived it and seen it, it's different.
yeah, like
And
we lived it, so we can say it. And the crazy part, when I was listening to it, right, I was like, yo, this is what I was thinking. I'm like, yo, what? I was trying to figure out why John Moran thinks that. Why do he has to have a gun? Like I was like, why?
before we get to that, because it's a big take on that. This is gonna be a long pod, but I mean we have to do 2 pods anyway, so it is what it is. But one John for some reason wants to just prove that he looks a certain way. But back to Shorty, her opinion with the Eminem thing, I get it because maybe she don't feel it. Maybe she's black and she don't feel what he's saying, or because it's coming from a white person, she not feeling it. Like some
No,
people do feel that way, and that's been going around for a while. Like, Eminem's not really the greatest rapper, and it's like lyrically, he really is one of the. He's the greatest
no. The
rapper.
funny part,
It's
it was not
hard to
even.
not say he is.
No, she said she loves Eminem. It was more of the lip on my list. She's like, I listen to Eminem. He's good. Then I was like, okay. I'm like, so. Then I asked it. This was my question. I was like, so if we're gonna say rapping wise, that's why I said I didn't say it song for song. I said rapping wise.
Yeah, if I'm talking
Who's
about
better?
rapping, don't tell me about which song is which. Because even if we talk about songs, a lot of people can't touch Eminem.
No, I said rapping ability. This is what I said. I said, okay. I said, who's the best rapper? She said Drake. I was like, okay, cool. I was like, I understand it. She grew up, Drake has been artist of the decade for a while. He doesn't miss that much. And he makes songs for the ladies.
It's a reason he's artist of the decade. Drake is Drake. Drake is there nominally though. It's not a lot of people that can do what Drake does.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, cool. I was understanding. So I put in like the list of people. The funny part, I didn't name people that a lot of people that I didn't name. So I named J. Cole. She's like, I never listened to his songs. She's like, I listened to one, blah blah blah. I was like, okay, cool. So then when I finally listened to All My Life, right? She said that then she came back. We kind of had like a talk about it, and she was like, she said I went around and asked around people about J. Cole, and nobody said he's the best rapper. I'm like, who did you ask? I was like, what? I was like, okay, what? I didn't even ask who did you ask. I said, what age range did you ask? She's like, people my age and a little bit young. I was like, that's the point.
Yeah, they wouldn't know.
I was like, that's the point. I was like, If you ask people a little bit older than you, 3 years older than you, 2 years, they would know what I'm talking about. I'm like, so I was like, let me educate you. I'm like, J. Cole is the only rapper who had a platinum album with no features. I'm like, J. Cole is the only rapper we know who does. I was like, she's like, she watched the video. She's like, I think he's not a nigga. She's like, I don't like the hair, he looks like he doesn't take care of it. I'm like, that's his image. I'm like, when you look at him, do you think he's rich?
It also don't matter what he look like.
Yeah, I was like,
It's
when you
about
look
the
at
music.
this, yeah, I was like, when you look at him, he's like, yeah, hygiene. I think he doesn't have good hygiene. I was like, doesn't matter if he looks like that. I'm asking you, when you look at J. Cole, did you think J. Cole is that man? Is rich? She's like, no. I'm like, that's the point. I'm like, J. Cole looks that way. I'm like, almost every good rapper that I know, looks similar to J. Cole. I'm like, Kendrick looks similar to J. Cole. Eminem wears one or two jewelries. Like, he wears the same black jacket with the same hat. J. Cole. I'm like, Jay-Z. Even Jay-Z is flashy a little bit, but Jay-Z looks like J. Cole with these dreads not made, like, freeform dreads. I'm like, Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne stopped caring about his dreads a long time ago. His dreads look a mess.
Yo, those kids don't even know how great Wayne is.
I'm like, bro.
If you don't know how great Wayne is, that tells me a lot about you.
So, yo, that's crazy. I didn't even ask. I didn't even
Wayne
ask.
is Wayne, and if you don't have an opinion like Wayne is Wayne, then we don't need to conversate. It's not.
So,
it's
no,
nothing we need to
yo,
conversate about.
this is the crazy part. So I asked, right, about Wayne. She's like, I don't think he's the one of the best rappers. I looked at her straight out in the eye. I'm like, so you say Drake, right? I said, you say Drake is number one. Drake is Drake.
And Wayne found him.
I'm like, so who found Drake? I'm like, wait, bro. I was like, let me educate you, since Leo, my other coworker, who's like 10 years about, like almost 10 years older than us, right? He's like, she looked so surprised that he's like, yo, you guys are supposed to be in the same age range, and he's more. I was like, stop it. We are not in the same age range. We are not in the same generation, because she doesn't know what greatness is. I'm like, she grew up
2 years really make a difference somehow.
Yeah,
and it
I'm
really
like,
should.
yeah, I'm like, she grew up in mumble rap. She just graduated high school. She doesn't know nothing right now. She grew up in a different era than I grew up. I was like, the crazy part. I was like, the funny part. I'm just going a few decades. I'm not even going back to where rap. The Tupac and Biggie. I'm like, I know that she's not that. If I start doing that, we're gonna lose some people. I was like, I'm like, so you say Drake number one? I'm like, have you ever watched Drake every time he does his pod, whenever he does his tour, and when he does these billboards up there? I'm like, have you ever noticed one billboard that he keep on repeating every single time? It says he names the date, and it said, on this date, the greatest rapper of my generation signed me. I'm like, so who do you think he was talking about? She's like, I don't know. I'm like, he was talking about Wayne. I'm like, Wayne. So I was like, so I started, I saw a video on TikTok where it says, like, songs that like J. Cole, they're like J. Cole songs that have been on the chart, like they're like tracking J. Cole songs on the Billboard chart, right? Right. I watched the video, and then I watched like another video showing the songs that have been on the longest on the chart, and I was like, I understand your generation grew up in a different era. I understand. I was like, but if you want to be, if you want me to take you serious, I was like, the next, she asked me, she's like, so you telling me? So I was like, there's a difference between what you listen to and what I listen to. I understand that. I grew up to know that, right? That people, I was like, the crazy part, I was like, it's so crazy that your generation, I was like, it's not even your generation. It's like some people in your generation don't know what good music is. I was like, I remember the time when my cousin didn't know what good music was. Like, we didn't know what good rapping was. I remember those times. I had to educate him. It's like, now I have to do it again. To where I have to educate you what rapping is and what just make a good song for the club. That's crazy. But now, let's get into Ja Morant. I want to know.
Maybe the age difference is why John Morant acts the way he acts.
But he's our age.
That's the point. That's the point. That's the point. I think we understand. I don't know, and we grew up slightly different. Like I don't know. Wasn't he like slightly like his people was they had money. They had a little bit of money.
Well, not a lot of money, but he did go to a nice, nice schools. He went to a nice school. But my question is, right? I don't know if
I
he
could
had,
never say those words about my school.
me too.
We could never say those words about our schools, bro. Like that's the difference. Like, nah, bro.
We grew up in the public school, so we kind of know, you know, we kind of know what we kind of know how we grew up near. We're not saying we didn't grow up in. We're not saying it's bad, but we grew up, in a public school. If you know what a public school is, y'all know what a public school is. So y'all can tell that we grew up around people in the game, tough people, people who are nerds. We grew up in all type of environment. We were groomed in all type of cultures. So we kind of know how to move. When, let's say, if we get a little thing, we know how to move, right? Yeah, he went to a private school. Well, not a private school, but some private schools, so that he gets better looks for his basketball, right? Cool. My thing is, why does he? My question is, why does he? It's not that he does it. It's not that everyone in his generation does it, or everyone in Asian does it. It's just him, or some people in it. Maybe just because he's in Memphis, and the Memphis Grizzlies look like they need a parent to coach. They need a real parent.
That is true. That is true.
They
But
need like a parent.
it's other NBA players that are
That like that.
gangbangers and all that
Yes.
stuff that don't do all that.
Yeah. I'm like,
Damian Lillard will tell you in a second where he grew up from and people he was
like,
around. Derrick
like,
Rose will tell you that too, and he was like, "Nah, I removed all that. I'm an NBA player now."
yeah,
Like, what are
bro.
you doing?
I'm like, do y'all forget that freaking John Wall? Every time he played, he threw out the blood sign. Like whenever he used to do the blood symbol, he is part of it, but he never showed a strap online. I'm like, I don't know if
Or get arrested for beating up people or carrying a gun. Like, this is his third offense. People don't even realize that. He carried a gun to the they was playing, I think, the Pacers. That was one violation. He carried a gun on while traveling with the team. You're not supposed to do that. So that's really why he got suspended. And then he showed it on IG Live. Then that blew up. So now he's kind of got suspended, whatever. Served like 2 games. Oh, thanks, people. And then the third one is now, and it's like, bro, just leave the guns
so
alone.
the first one was they played the Pacers. I don't know why, you have people thinking that you're tough. Not, I don't say you're not tough, but you're tough. But why did you have y'all had a beef on the court? It stays on the court. What? After you driving by and pointing your stick with the laser, why do we have it? Why? This is not GTA. It's not GTA. We ain't trying to get revenge on somebody who just took out the map. This is not GTA, y'all. Another thing, Ja, we this is not we are not coming at you. We have never been in your shoes. We have never been your type of thing. We have never been your type of pressure. We have never been that. We understand. But we are kind of your peers at your age range. We are literally at your age range. So we can kind of tell you this is weird. Because you should, I want to say this. Just get security. If you want to say, I want to be protected, get security. Have a security guard all the time. I'm like, yo, it's to the point that now I feel like we know that. Other thing, this one thing, maybe I want to say this is his parent, like his dad's fault. His parents didn't teach him like what's right and wrong, but it's not, because there are parents who grew up in nice house who did some dumb shit, right? But they learn from it. Like let's perfect example, the Bo family, right? The middle child got arrested in China, yeah, but it was more of peer pressure because his teammates were doing it and he was just there, right? But they just noticed that after that, the whole incident, if like everyone in the Ball family always have a security guard with them. I'm like, it's to the point where like when you see LaMelo Ball, he has one person, like he even not even security, somebody older. He needs they have somebody who's kind of like their manager, is like a little bit older who always with them. Lonzo had like the guy called Demo. He literally lived with Lonzo Ball in LA. Then LaMelo got his coach from Spire he hired his coach from the high school after he came back to the America to play in high school. His coach from that high school, he hired him to be like his mentor and his trainer, and like work with like be his like manager, right? Leangelo, he is I think his best friend, if I'm not mistaken, or somebody from his high school, but they always go with security. They don't show guns. I bet you they have guns, but they don't show them. Yeah, I understand. Maybe it's more. I feel like it's more of the Memphis Grizzlies team. They need a parent.
They gotta not only just talk to him, but they gotta give him something so he can understand. Because
Yeah.
he has to now explain. Like people don't realize they can't. They're sitting here defending and saying he did nothing wrong. He owned a gun, whatever, whatever. We can all carry guns. That's not the point. The point is that they just slapped you on the wrist for doing the exact same shit. So now in this time, it's not going to be so easy to get out of this.
Bro, you know what's it hurts for what kind of showed me that they gave Ja a slap in the wrist? It was the disappointment from the commission of the NBA. He looked like he was personally hurt by what Ja did. Like he's like, bro, I just said to him and we had a nice talk. We had a long conversation. I told him what do's and don'ts, what he should not do, because I told him you one of the faces for the NBA. We use you as a face of the NBA. But not, bro, I don't know if Ja, we need, I understand you gotta, then the other thing, Ja, I think Shannon Sharp said it on Undisputed, like the apology letter that you sent through your agent. I'll be honest, when I saw that letter, I literally said, you didn't write that shit. I'm like, bro, that shit is not real. I literally said that. When I heard that, John Morant released a statement from his through his agent, say I know I disappointed a lot of people. I'm like, no, that's not Ja, because bro, it's not like the statement was. He said everything right, that we people are disappointed, the fans are disappointed. He let us down. Yeah. We understand it, but the problem was it didn't sound like Ja. Even though we can criticize his image, we can say shit about his image, it didn't sound like this what Ja would say. Like y'all ever notice like LeBron, whenever he says something, LeBron sounds like a certain way. So whenever he releases statements, he does. It literally sounds like LeBron said it. And LeBron doesn't release statements; he will say it himself, right? Like whenever I think he released a statement when Kyrie went through the whole thing when he actually mentioned the Kyrie and literally didn't want to speak about it. I'm like, did y'all notice that he didn't say Kyrie's full name? He just said the kid. I'm like, for how many times did y'all ever notice that people say, oh, he's just refusing to say Kyrie's name? I'm like, no. He's been calling Kyrie the kid for years. For years, like the first time Kyrie left for Boston, he called him the kid. So to us, to some people who watch LeBron, be like, oh yeah, he's genuine. That's genuine. But Ja, I don't know what you can do, but I can say this. I'll be surprised if even the Grizzlies make the playoffs. They might make the play-in.
They're not making it. They're gonna be because they're like
No,
a
but
top.
I want to say they can make it to the playoffs because I
I
just
think
thought
he's
about
gonna
it.
get suspended the whole year,
He
so I
might
don't
be a
think
whole
he'll get
year.
in anyway.
I think it might be like 60 games.
I think it'll
60,
be the whole year.
60 games. So I'm not saying it's going to be a whole, I want to say they're not going to make it to the playoffs because they have Jaren Jackson, and Jaren Jackson looks like he can carry a team by himself. He has another star who can actually score 30 points. That's what Memphis forgot. Like Memphis has another star who can score 30 points. Jaren Jackson can score 30. I think, but he hardly doesn't do that because Ja takes the shots. Desmond Bain takes most other shots, so he does the defensive side. I think next year he gotta be the number one option because Ja is gonna get suspended, and the suspension might come during draft day, around draft time when we are getting ready for the NBA draft. Because they're doing the combine right now, so we getting into the season, the NBA draft coming up. They're about to drop the hammer on Jeff, and he's gonna feel it. And I heard Gilbert Arena said it. He's like, yo, John Morant might have to change his whole image, like cut off the dreads, be literally a whole new person.
People forgot what happened to Gilbert Arenas when
Yeah,
when he had gun issues and was fighting with Karan Butler and all that other shit that was going on. Nah, Sebastian Telfer, another one. Fucking, he was booted. I think after he got caught with a gun or some shit like that. Uh, OJ Mayo, not even in the league. He was only smoking weed. Like y'all act like just because he can hold a gun and it's one of our amendment rights, he can do it. No, it's an organization, and people don't like when you play with their money or when you're doing certain things. Like
literally, OJ Mayer
they're not
literally.
playing with him. They're not gonna play
OJ
with
Mayer
him.
has a lifetime ban. That's crazy. It's not like the ban can be lifted at all. He has a lifetime ban. Like literally, we don't even know what OJ Mayer went. Do you ever had a
Old head
OJ Mayer?
Charles Oakley was fighting somebody at the at the Knicks game, and he's a lifetime ban from the Knicks, and he's a legendary Knicks player.
There's that.
Like, yo, they don't play with people, bro. And y'all just acting like it's all cool and peaches and cream. No, it's not. You can't do the shit that he's doing and then get away with it.
Like
So I hope he learned. I hope he actually learned this time. Cause boy, I think he's gonna be out for the most of the season, if not
yeah,
the whole season.
Lil OJ Mayer is now a trainer for a team in overseas. That's how crazy
Yup,
it is.
yup. Shanghai Olympics. Keep playing. Keep playing.
John John might, my man John might be joining freaking, Oh, look, OJ is trying to get his job back. He's like, yo, I wish the NBA had a second chance. Bro, you ain't getting a second chance.
Nope. Should have stayed off the weed in the first place. See, they not playing with people. Who the wide receiver that got the Browns wide receiver? He was smoking weed. Like, yo, y'all act like it's just a
No,
weed
I don't
thing
think it was
or
weed. I think he was just doing actual drugs.
Nah, he got caught and they wasn't playing with him. He was gone.
They gave him like 5 to 6 chances to clean it up. That man didn't want to clean it up.
People forgot Josh Cribbs was supposed to have another wide receiver with him. What was it? I think it was John Brown or something. It
It
was
was
somebody.
Josh
It was
Garden.
somebody.
I'm looking at it right now because
Josh Brown.
OJ May is like, oh, I wish the NBA had a second chances, bro. They ain't giving you a second chance.
They're not playing.
Josh Garden was
They're
a
not
so
playing.
much super talented wide receiver, but that man could not stay off the drugs, man.
And I
That's
watched Let's Keep It a Buck podcast, and they was like, one of the people was like, yeah, he ain't do nothing wrong. Like, well, tell me what he did wrong, and I was like, so you just not gonna understand that if you told somebody to not do something and clean your image, relax, we're gonna act like this ain't happening, and then they go do that shit again, you think that you just gonna be okay with him doing it the second time?
Hell no.
Like that's
I would.
just simple. Like it's simple thinking. Like why would you let them do that shit
I'll
again?
be
So now he
pissed.
about to be banned.
He
Now he
about to
about to get
get.
kicked.
He about to be suspended for a while. Like he might not even be allowed to be even in Memphis.
He gonna get kicked from the Discord now. This nigga playing. He getting kicked from the chat. You keep
Bro,
playing. Like that shit is not it's not cool. It don't make sense. And you have to explain how that doesn't look like a dropout. How it don't? How it don't?
and you have to explain why you're even on Instagram Live. Why even the first video? If you watch the full video, he literally reached for it. Why?
Also, that's not his man's fault for filming that.
Yeah, the
That's
man.
another thing. Y'all can't blame his man for filming
The
that.
man's first when he first recorded the song, the first video, he showed Ja. Ja was wearing a hat, and he was dancing, with his hand. Then the man turned it to back, and he tried to turn back to Ja, and Ja is now holding a stick. Like, Ja, why?
Exactly, like bro, you was just on cam.
Like, I bet you the man, when he saw that, he was like, he put it down quickly. I bet you he was like, bro, why? Like, why? It's like the second ago, you were fine. Now, when I turned around, I come back to you, nigga, you have a whole stick in your hand. I'm like, why?
No reason. No reason whatsoever.
Like,
No
and
reason.
y'all gonna say,
Like,
oh,
it
the
just don't
company
make
that he
sense.
keeps. Hey, man, he can keep whatever company he get, but that we can't blame his man. His man thought Ja was not holding nothing, because I saw the full video, bro. The full video, Ja Morant is wearing a hat. When the camera is on him, the camera turns back to the man's. The man's is like dancing again. Then he tries to turn back. He sees the stick. He puts it down. He's like, why? He literally did it like, oh, like he looked. He's like, he probably looked surprised too. He's like, huh, bro? What the fuck, bro? Like, what the fuck, bro? Because literally, this is how I found out. I wake up, right? It's Mother's Day. I'm like, oh yeah, we about to have some good Mother's Day. We about to go and we're gonna watch the Sixers. And the Sixers versus Celtics. Cool. I'm in church, my phone started buzzing. I'm like, why is the phone buzzing? So then I see John Morant, another video with the gun. I'm like, huh? I'm like, nah, that's fake. I'm like, John Morant only, you already saved that time. That's still talking about the old Instagram video, right? The video from the older ago, right? Then I know new video. I'm like, John, what? I'm like, bro, you couldn't wait like 3, 4. You couldn't wait like a whole year. I'm like, so 2 months was enough, bro. I'm like, bro, we still talk about this incident 2 months from. It's not like it out of our memory. Like shit, bro. Like, come on, man. I think you be so I think that's much is the playoffs are going on. The Nuggets are up 2-0. The Nuggets coach out here mad at that people are talking about the Lakers. I'll be honest, Nuggets coach, y'all boring as hell. There's nothing to talk about, y'all. I'll be honest. That's why we're all talking about the Lakers. And I have a problem with the Lakers.
Y'all boring. Y'all don't have superstars. Like y'all have the most league wins, and I don't have like any highlights. Like I don't have no highlights. Like nobody dunked on nobody. Nobody
yo,
did nothing
yo,
crazy.
I'm sorry.
Like
I'm sorry to the Nuggets coach, Mark Malone, whatever your name is. I'll be honest. This is not a shot at you, right? It was not, they didn't when they weren't mentioning the Lakers, the Mavs. If it was not for Jamal Murray, y'all should have lost that game. I'll be honest. If Jamal Murray didn't turn into Clutch Murray, y'all were gonna lose that game. So and I understand why they were talking about the Lakers because y'all didn't blow them out. They were not doing great. Joker didn't do great in the fourth quarter, so there's nothing really to talk about it. So yeah, the Celtics are down 2-0. I'm so glad that they're down 2-0. We seeing how trash this team is. Uh, I'm sorry. I'm still pissed that the Sixers lost. Doug Rivers got fired. Uh, yeah, no. People in the building seems like that. James Harden. Yo, I want to say this. If James Harden leave, I'm not mad that James Harden should. I'm not in the big. I was not in the big James Harden fan when he came to Philly. And I felt like James Harden just started doing random stuff in Philly, right? But I feel like now since the Portland have the number 3 pick, I feel like y'all should Portland y'all can trade Damian Lillard to Philly. Y'all can trade Dame to Philly.
well, if we could get Dame, no, we definitely wouldn't. But Dame's on like super teams, and I think Dame will feel like that's a super team. He wanted to
No,
happen
no,
organically.
no. We are not saying Dame, James Harden, and Joel. That's not what I'm saying. It's
No,
Dame, Joel.
trade James for Dame.
Well, James is be a free agent, and people from what he's saying, he wants to be the old James Harden, be the number 1 scorer, blah blah blah. So James Harden can go whatever team he wants to. So then the Sixers, what they do is trade for Dame, right? So who are we giving up? This is my question. We are one person off limits. Max is off limits.
Joel is off.
So, huh?
Joel.
Max and Joel are off limits. Everybody else I can trade.
Yeah.
Everybody
get
else.
Tobias out of there. Please get Tobias out of there.
Everybody else you can trade. You can trade Tobias Harris. You can trade whatever pick you have, whatever other first one. So this is my trade. Trade Tobias Harris. Who else is nice on the team that I like? Trade Tobias Harris, right? Trade Paul Reed. This is what I'm saying. Trade Tobias, Paul Reed, right? Put them in the package. Mainly because I feel like Paul Reed's value is going to be higher than Tobias. Then put 2 first round picks, future first round picks, 2 future first round pick and a second round pick. I think that should get you Dame. Unless Portland starts asking for 4 first round picks, yeah, we are not doing that shit. But 2 first round picks, yeah, that should get you Dame. Then after you get Dame, what you do is you take the guy from the one who won the dunk contest, make him an actual backup point guard, right?
You think he'll be good? He's probably in the league that league for a reason.
No,
not that I hate on him or nothing like that, but he might be down there for a reason. Like you can't just sign somebody because they want.
No, he actually when I watched the G League finals, he's actually nice.
He's actually okay. All right.
Yeah,
well, maybe he'll get the chance.
I feel like the Sixers, like
we need a true point guard, not just like James Harden is nice. And
that's
he's
why
great at getting assists, but I don't think he's like a true point guard.
No, this is what Dame is gonna be the pass and shoot threes. We know like when it's Dame time, Dame is gonna take over, right? That's why I need. Yeah, he's gonna do everything. Maxi is gonna do pitching here and there, like 20 points. Joel does his thing. Get Mike Foster, the draft pick that we got in the second round, who's in a 2-way. Make him a full time NBA. He's the two way, so that means he's up there. Him and the other guy are two-way contracts, so they're already part of the team, half the time. Just make them full time part of the team, right? So we are restructuring the whole team. Keep
And also,
resign.
Joel has to play different, but that's a different. Yeah.
Yeah. Then we resign PJ Tucker, right? Then in resign PJ Tucker, I feel like this year we didn't see Montrezl Harrell. Montrezl Harrell making Montrezl Harrell no longer be like the low assist, but make him become Montrezl Harrell, like be himself, right? Coming off the bench, right? Who else is on the team? I don't know much of the bench, but the whole bench gotta go. We need a new bench.
Because we don't know nobody on the bench, and that's a problem.
Yeah, we need a new bench.
We need a 6 man. We need somebody nice.
Yeah.
We got work to do. We got work to do, but we can make it out the East. We can make it out the East. Y'all just gotta stop playing weird. I think Tobias. I seen a couple plays. He kept bringing his man down low while Joel had the ball trying to work in the post.
Yeah.
That's dumb. That is dumb. He
Yeah,
brings him right by Joel, and it's like, why are you doing that?
Tobias should. The reason why I feel like Tobias should go, because he was a good spotter, but he really didn't take too many. He would like to drive. So that's why I feel like we need spotter people in the spotter. So
good shooters that would work too. So Joel don't have to stand at the 3-point line. Also, Joel has to play different. He does not need to be at the 3-point line. Yes, he can make threes. That makes him a double threat. But no,
that Giovanni doesn't need to get on the 3-point line, and he should not get the ball up high on the key. Go down low, post, put your 2 big feet in the paint, and go crazy. Be like Hakeem, 2 big feet in the paint. Use your Hakeem dream, yeah. Go back to the old Joel, not this Joel. Go back to the one that the one that used to pump fake, go up with the ball, come back down, make people. The one that used to play in the post, do that, Joel.
But you gotta bang down low in order to get those threes. You can't stand at the top of the key and just get those threes. Like y'all jacking up threes and
y'all were jacking up threes. Y'all should have won game 6.
That's completely on Doc Rivers or not.
I don't know. We will see.
That could be the game plan. But
we'll see we'll see when they get the new coach if it was a Doc Rivers thing or a team thing. We'll see. So I think that's what we got for this podcast. If you like this video, you know what to do. Subscribe if you're new, drop a like, and we'll see you guys in the next video. And we are out.